Today is a really big day today. I'm playing my first ever 5-0 singles tournament. I'm playing up in Glendale at the Pickle Space, which is an hour away from me. We're playing in the March Mad Money Ball, which this tournament is for cash as well as duper. I'm a little bit rusty because I haven't played too much. I'm coming off of an ankle injury, so I haven't really played a lot of high intensity pickleball, just some drilling and a little bit of doubles play. So I'm a little bit nervous, and every time I think about playing singles, my heart just gets racing and I'm just filled with anxiety. So we're gonna go out there, try to play my absolute best. There's some high quality players out there today, and I'm going to be playing someone in my second game that placed gold at PPA Mesa last month. So we're definitely gonna have to be working for a podium spot. But with that being all said, let's go ahead, forget about it, make our hour drive up to Glendale, and I'll see you guys when I get there. So my first game was against John Mastrangelo. These pool play games were first to 11, win by 2. And early into this game, I realized John has a huge forehand, so I had to avoid this. So most of this game was me trying to pin him in that corner, forcing him to give me more lofty balls or a pop-up. So you can see I'm just targeting that backhand over and over and over again. And that's pretty much how most of these points went, other than the fact that neither of us would give up that last hit on the ball. So either one of us is at the kitchen and the other one is running around, and vice versa. So you can see I just finished up a point just like this, and now the tables have turned. I'm at the kitchen and he's at the baseline running around. But you can always see I'm serving to that backhand, trying to create an opportunity. He likes to run over to that forehand and force those forehand shots. So we switched at 6, and that's pretty much how the game went as far as it goes formatically wise. It's either I'm pushing him in the corner, you can see I got a good passing shot there, but most of the time the person at the baseline is losing, other than these few passing shots. You can see he passes me on a really big forehand right here, and right after I get a nice passing shot down the line right here. This point is pretty frustrating as I'm working some really good cross courts, just kind of moving him all over the place, playing really good offense, and he gets a net court and I barely miss the ball. But next point, we're playing it out, and I get a really nice passing shot with my backhand right here. Then for the final point, I'm closing it out, giving him a horrible net cord right here. But that is the end of game 1. I came out at 11-6. This is game number 2 against Nicholas Hodges. This is the player that got gold and singles at the PPA in Mesa. He's playing with a Yola mod. You can see he got a beautiful inside-out shot right there. And he's pretty much dominating me in these first few points. I change the momentum, get the ball back, and same thing. I'm forcing him in that corner, just focusing on his two-hand, trying to get him to give me some easy, lofty balls, and really just keep him off that forehand. He's got some really good passing shots. He's got X experience of tennis. And you can see we had a lot of these really weird cat and mouse points where one of us is just running around, and I get a really nice inside-out backhand right there. But this game goes on forever. I get to 9 pretty easily. I think it's 9-5 for a while, and we probably hit a few side outs and then another nice little cat and mouse. I'm sprinting. You can see this is where the athleticism pays off, and he misses that long ball. As this game progresses, we have a long exchange of side outs. I'm stuck at 9, and he is slowly working his way back. I'm just kind of falling apart, not really sure how to score points. I keep missing a lot of my drop shots to set myself up for something better. So I just really didn't do myself any favors by popping the ball up so many times. Ending this game off, I just sky the ball out of bounds, giving him the win at 9-11. So game number 3 is against Eli Wilson, who is a GCU college pickleball player who's got a strong tennis background. In my opinion, I think he was one of the players who had the best form that I played this entire tournament, and I hated giving him the ball in the air to his two-hand backhand. He would just smoke that cross court just like he did in that point. And you can see he's just kind of working me these first few points. I was feeling a little bit discouraged because you can see his tennis background really shining here, where he's just looking for those passing shots side to side to side to side, and it was really working out for him for a few points. Once I got the ball, I was able to change a lot of the momentum. Really just serving was my strong point. I would serve, move him around, and anytime he would step too far one way, I would look for that passing shot. But I ended this game off with an ace, closing the game out at 11-8. Moving into Game 4, I'm playing Kevin Doherty. I start this game out extremely strong, getting an ace on my first serve, and I think I score the first 5 points on my first serve. But this was the change of momentum, this point right here. I really thought I was going to win this. I was keeping the ball in like so many hits, and I thought I was going to get close to a winner right here. I keep it up, and he gets that really low rolling ball, changing the momentum. I thought this was going to be easy defense, put it to his backhand, but he hits this crazy inside-out backhand. Had no clue he was going there. We can switch at 6, and I thought I'm no longer going to give him any more chances of scoring on me. I want that low point ratio so that I can actually place really high in the seed, but he gets another passing shot on me, unfortunately, with that backhand, which was another like slightly inside-out ball. But I closed this game out pretty early at 11-3. Last game of pool play, I'm playing Hunter Hott, and I definitely went into this game underestimating my opponent. This dude had crazy ground strokes. He was able to rip the ball so hard. These first few points, we were just battling it out, but as the game progressed, he just started scoring points almost every side out, just on some simple stuff, just moving me around the court. I caught him a few times, like right there on that nice two-hand backhand, hitting it cross court, but this guy, when it was on his forehand, had so much topspin. He was playing with a Yola Gen 4, so it definitely was helping that ball spin. But you can see I'm just not able to keep up. I'm falling, I'm losing every point, and he is just overall dominating me throughout this game. I think this point is a good display of his forehand. He's honestly just toying with me, rips it down the line, sets himself up for a volley, and puts it away. And for point number 6, he gets this insane no-looker behind the back cross-court drop. And I'm just devastated. This point really displays his forehand, barely backswinging, just smoking it down the line. And you can see here, every time I target his backhand, which I should have more, I'm winning these points. Just every time I'm going to this backhand, I'm crushing this ball here, just trying to keep him off of forehand, and he hits it out. But I'm watching these points back. Every single time I'm scoring, I'm setting myself up off of his backhand. So I go backhand, backhand, easy setup for a flick. But almost similar to his last volley point, he rips it down the line, sets himself up for a volley, cross-court rips it, and that closes out the game at 7-11. Semifinals match. We're playing 2-15 here, win by 2. I'm playing Eli Wilson again. I'm a little bit nervous. I start out the game really bad, letting a easy point go away by a bad block, and he just starts smoking me. The same thing, getting those insane out of the airs with his backhand. But I changed the momentum, trying to get some inside outs, cross courts, just driving it, working on the baseline. And this point lasts literally forever until he misses an overhead. As this game progresses, nothing too crazy happens. Eli has really good form and strategy, so almost every single one of our points comes off of a strategic move rather than hitting something crazy. So you can see most of our points are scored just by driving to one side and then picking the other when the player moves, and same thing for Eli. But you can see here I hit a crazy cross court. I'm looking back at the camera because I know that one's insane. But other than that, this game happened to be just a big game of strategy. You can see there's a really close ball that I wanted to call out, but I played this out, hit a nice forehand rip down the center, and he just unfortunately misses that ball. We can see here I'm working him around the court, setting myself for overheads, and I'm getting a few aces, and every now and then I think my serves were a big part of the games against Eli, but he's got some really good defense. I'm sliding all over the court, but again, I give him that two-hand backhand out of the air, and he is so good at hitting that cross court. So just like I hit that last shot where I was looking back at the camera, I'm usually not someone who hits those forehand passing shots, but I did 2 of these in one game. So thank you to Ben for drilling that with me. That definitely helped me out, and you can definitely see that in this video. I do a third one right here. But this game ends off a little longer than usual. We were going to 15, but I close this out at 17-15.
That guy does not give up. longest singles game I've ever played in my life.
I thought it was really funny that I recorded this after that game because the game that's about to happen right after this is so much worse. So I'm in the finals now, playing against John Mastrangelo. We're going best of 3, go to 11, win by 2. And this first game here, he is just all over me. I just finished up that game of 15-17, so I am gassed. I'm super tired. I've never played this many singles games in basically ever. This is my second high competitive singles tournament, and I am just so tired. But it gets much worse. He's just all over me this first game, and he closes it out super fast at 5-11. So as a pickleball player, I believe you need to win that first game as much as possible. And I was completely devastated to lose that first one because fighting back in the second game is so much harder. So I'm working as much as I possibly can these first few points. I'm still already drained. He's tired, I'm tired, and we are just not giving up points. We probably go side out maybe 20 times without a single point being scored, and this is the longest game of my entire life. We call one timeout through this entire game, and there's one controversial call, which honestly, I'm glad to take any breaks I possibly can get because I'm completely gassed. Neither of us really wanted to call timeouts because I think it shows a little bit of weakness, but we both knew we were so tired. And you can see here, like, this point is just lasting forever. I just had to put it away. So another long exchange, no points are scored in forever, and we're just slowly progressing through this game. So many little cat and mouse points, and I'm just all over the court, and he's always getting the ball that I'm putting back and vice versa. We're both so frustrated, not putting anything really away, and I'm finally given an opportunity right here to get a cat and mouse point, and I just throw it, giving him the ball right back to the ground. So if you want to actually watch this full game, which it's not the greatest because we're both so tired, I do have a channel where I post all of my pickleball videos, which I'll leave a link to in the description. But in my opinion, these games are pretty low quality because we're both so tired at this point. But another long exchange of side outs happened, but here it is. I finally set myself up a decent point where I'm just working it, and I put it away at 19-17. So moving into game 3, I think we both had the mindset of one of us is really tired, one of us has to work harder than each other. So we both came into this with a lot of energy, and I can barely walk. Like, I fall right here. My legs will just not carry me. I'm literally thinking, like, I might die on the drive home. Like, I was so tired at this point. I just couldn't even think about playing any more pickleball. And you can see here, I start hitting some drop shots because I did not want to run, and I wanted him to run more than me. I was pushing him baseline to baseline, focusing on these drop shots, focusing on my soft game. You see, I'm just moving him as much as possible where I am almost sitting still. And you can see, like, in this time lapse, I'm just kind of going to the middle most of these points. So every side out, I was just thanking myself and thanking, like, everything, bro. I just couldn't run. Like, right here was the change of momentum. I finally got the ball back, and I set myself up for a pretty decent point here, focusing on working these baselines, going side to side, pops it up, and I smash that ball. I don't want to play anymore, and I end this game off at 7-11.
Good morning, everybody. It is the day after. I got home at around 11:30, and I just wanted to go to bed. I couldn't film anything, but yesterday was a really good day. It was very challenging. I was not expecting the competition to be as difficult as it actually was. I went in there, we won the first game, lost the second game, and the second game I really just couldn't put a ball away at 9. I was up 9-7, I believe. It was either 9-7 or 9-5. And I just couldn't get a ball away, and he just started making some passing shots. He beat me. I went through, kept winning, and I played another player who ended up getting third place, but he was super unassuming. I really did not expect too much out of him. I think I went into that game with a mindset of it's going to be a little bit easier, just because he was an older player, and I just did not expect him to have as much heat as he did. I talked to him after, and he told me he's been playing pickleball before it was, like, really popular. So he's been playing for about 7 years, and he has a tennis background his whole life, basically. So his ground strokes, his passing shots were phenomenal. He was just barely like making any backswing, and this wrist lag would just create an amazing passing shot. And he had a Gen 4 Yola, so his shots were much more powerful than mine, and I just got caught off guard, and he just beat me. Going through that, played really well. I was the second seed for the actual bracket play, so I didn't have to play a first game. I played a player from the GCU pickleball team, I believe, and that was a really tough game. Almost lost that game. I think we played up until I think it was the 15. No, this was a game to an 11, and it went like 13-15. So it was a really, really close match, and very scary to almost lose right there. Going into the finals, oh my gosh, this finals game was hell. The longest game of pickleball I've ever played in my entire life. It was best 2 out of 3. He beat me the first game. We played the second game. The longest game ever. I'm using 100. Like, neither of us were giving up, and it was just unreal. I've never played so hard and like used so much energy. I was just dead. There was like some points where I honestly could have made the game less close, because I would just give up on some of these points where I'm just gonna play I just don't have any energy to go push this ball if I like shoot it. So I would just slice it, or I was just being a little bit lazy. And this whole, like, every time I'd go back to the end line or the baseline, I would just like think like, who's gonna carry the boats? Who's gonna carry the logs? Come on! And I was just trying to get myself hyped, because I just had nothing left in me. My legs hurt today. It was John Mastrangelo, and dude, this guy is just a straight up beast. Did not give up. I end up beating him 19-17 on a game to 11. I've never gotten a game that high that actually like went into duper, or it was like a logged game. That was the highest game by far. That was crazy. Last game to finish it out, I beat him. Boom, tournament's over. But that was my first ever 5-0 singles tournament. We placed gold, and it was awesome. I had a lot of fun. I'm going back up there today to play men's doubles with Corey Neal, which is going to be my partner today. We're playing in a 5-0/4-5 tournament because they had to merge the brackets because there wasn't enough people. So I'm super excited about today as well. So we're just having a really good weekend, playing as much pickleball as possible. I got plans for Sunday, and yeah, that's basically a summary of how this weekend went and is going. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment if you have any questions for me, and as always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.